Imagine a system built for pure speed, specialized professionals dropping in to solve specific problems during focused 30-day sprints. That is the promise of fractional engagement. The model works by targeting high-impact results while stripping away the slow-moving weight of traditional hiring. But there is a contradiction that often kills this momentum before the first meeting. While the work itself is fast, the administrative process required to start that work remains stuck in the past. Businesses are effectively paying for high-velocity talent, but their own internal systems are forcing that talent to wait at the starting line. This infinite loop of familiarity is a gauntlet of redundant phone screens, resume checks, and endless NDAs. Every project triggers a total reset. Even for returning consultants, the system treats their identity as a blank slate, dragging the process back to zero. This happens because most onboarding is still built on a Windows 95 era architecture, one that treats every piece of credentials as a static, isolated file that must be manually rehandled. Relying on this manual friction to manage specialized talent is like trying to navigate today's market using a 3-day-old newspaper's weather forecast. The information is technically there, but it's too old to be useful. Overcoming this friction requires more than just faster emails. It requires using exponential technology to solve the access problem once and for all. The solution is to stop trading static documents entirely. We have to shift to dynamic, bidirectional platforms that can update themselves. The blueprint for this exists in a 37-year-old napkin sketch. Tim Berners-Lee envisioned a system where information was linked universally and updated instantly. This wasn't about computers talking to each other, it was about the hyperlink. It was designed to kill the need for isolated files by making data live and interconnected. The hyperlink decoupled information from the physical limits of paper. It meant that once a piece of data was verified, it could be referenced by anyone, anywhere, without needing a new copy. Today, we use this to make professional expertise machine-readable. A single reusable link in the cloud can replace a 1,000-page email chain. This allows for retroactive improvement. If a process changes, you update the central link once, and that fix ripples through your entire ecosystem instantly. Because this architecture uses ultra-lean standards, you can synchronize millions of these updates for less than a penny of compute power. This is how we solve onboarding. By using these same links to hook into pre-verified services like Clear for identity or Authorize.net for payments, the process becomes a simple digital handshake. You aren't filling out forms, you're just granting access to a pre-verified credential. When data is dynamic and bidirectional, a business stops wasting time on administrative resets and starts scaling its actual intent without the friction. For Every Idea LLC applies this cloud-first philosophy to the consulting world. They treat professional wisdom like a living software asset rather than a dead document. By using machine-readable Markdown and vector-based graphics, the 4EI framework automates the repetitive parts of system analysis and documentation. This automation is what collapses the timeline. Because the administrative layer and the document templates are already live on the platform, a traditionally sluggish 90-day project is delivered as a fixed-price product. The weeks of billing for administrative coordination disappear. Instead, the focus shifts entirely to the digital storefront, where the engagement begins the moment the checkout is complete. This efficiency minimizes the client's time commitment. Moving forward requires only an internet connection and 2 live edit meetings. Using pre-built frameworks and machine-readable standards, these meetings aren't for brainstorming. They live-tune a napkin sketch into an enterprise-scale asset in real time. 4EI proves that innovation doesn't need to be buried in paperwork. By upgrading the delivery technology, you maximize the amount of work not done and let the idea finally move at its own speed.